Hello everyone, welcome to the party. We are so excited to party with you tonight. Welcome. We're so excited to show you all of these fun books. If you're hopping on right now, be sure to say hello so I can see who's here. If you're catching this as the replay, totally okay. Put in the comments #replay. Let me know, are you an Usborne newbie, lover, or addict like myself? I like to know who's kind of been to some of these book parties and who's brand new. We're so excited to show you some of my favorites and also show you some of the new titles that just came out throughout the party. So right now I'm just hopping on just to show you some of the fun books that my family loves, but also after this video you're gonna pop off and back into the party, and there'll be some posts numbered about 1 to 8, 1 to 9, which will give you a different range of books, some new titles and different types of books to check out as well. So be sure to comment on each of those party posts. That will get you your extra entries into a prize drawing. Who doesn't love prizes, right? So the more posts that you comment on, the more points that you're going to get. At the end of the party there'll be a shopping post, and that will give you the link to the Usborne Books and More website to go shopping. If you'd like any personal recommendations, please in this post or on the How Old's Your Reader post, comment with your little one's boy or girl ages and interests for each child, and I'd be more than happy to kind of make up some recommendations based on their interests. If you're interested in hosting a book party, I would love to help you get some free books for your family. That's what I find fun about this job, is helping each of my hostesses score a ton of free books, because with my first party I earned over $380 in free books, and so that's super exciting to me, and I love the challenge of helping each of my hostesses do the same. If you're interested in maybe becoming a book lady, maybe it's just for the discount. We get lots of free and half price, 65% off books, 25% off books. So it's a way to kind of fill your home full of free and discounted books. Or maybe you're looking to make some extra cash to put your kiddos in some sports, or maybe to support your Starbucks habit, or maybe you're just wanting to do more fun vacations with your family, or maybe you're wanting to replace your full-time working income and be able to stay home more with your family. I would love to chat with you a little bit more. I kind of stumbled into this book party thing about 5.5 years ago when my son was about 6 months old, and I was very hesitant, couldn't really figure out these book parties on Facebook. Kind of stumbled into one and watched a post and completely fell in love with the books, and like I said, I had a party. It was a really great turnout. I had lots and lots of free books that I got from that party, and later, as I was supporting my husband through full-time school, money was kind of tight. We're running out of savings, and I was worried about living on credit card debt for his last year and a half of school, so I decided to kind of jump in hesitantly into this book world and completely fell in love with the company, with the books, with the ladies on my team, and it's just been a really fun journey over the past 4.5 years. So maybe if you're just a little bit curious, I'd love to chat with you more, give you some no pressure information, and see if this might be a right fit for you, even if it's just for the discount. So if you're interested in any of that, please message me and I would love to chat with you some more. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go through the stack of books that I have. Hopefully I can talk quickly so I don't take up too much time, but then once we're done, again, just hop into the party and make sure you're commenting on each of the party posts so you get all those prize entries. Alrighty. So the first book I have is That's Not My Books. These are baby touchy-feely books. They're real thick board book pages. Each book has really bright illustrations and fun textures for your kiddos to explore. The text is really repetitive, so it helps kids to predict what's coming next and to memorize those storylines as well. Another of our favorites are the Slide and See books. This is actually the very first Usborne book I ever purchased for my son when he was 6 months old, and he loves this book. There's lots of fun sliders and movable parts that animate the characters on each page. There's some finger trails, some little cutouts for them to explore, and we have a lot in this series, like Dinosaur and On the Farm, Nighttime, Ocean, so there are lots of fun Slide and See books to choose from. Another favorite series that we love are the sound books. Each of the sound books have a little slider or a switch on the back, and you can push that switch to turn it on and off if you don't want to hear the sounds all the time, but they're beautiful. They're not annoying sounds, and the buttons are super easy even for a baby to push. I love these books because there are lots of little fun holes in the pages that your kiddos can kind of put their fingers in, like the leaves and the lion's faces or the elephant's ears or the water, they have like little cutouts in the page. It's kind of like a double cardstock page glued together. And my son just liked pushing all these buttons as a little one. He still loves them at almost 6 years old. Another fun book that we really enjoy is the new Don't Tickle series. So this is Don't Tickle the Hippo. This is one of my favorites. There are 9 books in this series now. We have it has a unicorn on the front, but they're like kind of mythical creatures. So Don't Tickle My Unicorn. We have a new crocodile one, tiger, lion. I think there might be a leopard one, a new polar bear one coming out, pig, so it's more like farm related. But these are fun board books that are a combination between texture, sound, and music. And then at the end of the book, it combines all those sounds and some fun dance party music for your little one to jam out on. Kiddos just like dancing at the end. It's so fun. We love the Muddle and Match books, so these are real fun board books as well. Good for babies and toddlers and young kiddos. And so what these are they have like characters. This one is Muddle, Match, Imagine, but we have jungle and all different topics. There's probably about 6 different ones, I think. And so it has this storyline on the side for each character. Each of the words start with the same letter. So Petulia, can't even say her name. Petulia, the pretty and pink princess, pops into the palace gardens to pick poppies with her pet puppy Pickles. And then the other, as you turn it, has a storyline for each one, but then you can muddle and match, muddle up these little characters and make different bodies and characters, and then it mixes up the storyline as well. So they don't end up starting with the same letter, but it still has a fun, quirky little storyline to go along with it. We love any and all Lift the Flap books. This is a little bit younger readers, probably about 3 to 6. But we also have more advanced Lift the Flaps and even Lift the Flaps for babies and toddlers. I love this series, the Lift the Flap very first questions and answers series. The illustrations in these series are so cute. We have different stories like what is poop? What is the moon? What are the stars? What is the potty? What are germs? What is snow? What is sleep? Why should I brush my teeth? You know, typical questions that a toddler or a little kid would answer or would ask that you can help give them answers to. And so each of these flaps have little illustrations on them. I love our flap books because they're a double cardstock layer glued together. So it makes them extra durable and sturdy versus the typical flap books that you see in the store have just like a little seam glued on. This is actually a double cardstock with the flaps cut out. So that just makes them extra strong. We have so many Lift the Flap books in my house. My son has been reading them since he's about a year old, and we have yet to tear a single flap. We have definitely bent a few, but we have never torn a single flap out of the book, and that really speaks a lot to the quality of these books. All of our books too, not just the Lift the Flap books, are backed by a lifetime replacement for half price. So if any of them ever do get damaged, maybe your kiddo is a little too hard and tears all the flaps out, maybe he spills a glass of milk on the book, no worries. We want kids to enjoy books. We know sometimes kids can be hard on books. So any book can be replaced for half price plus tax and shipping. A new series that we just got are the Water Wonder books. There are 4 in this series. We have Water Wonders in the jungle, in the ocean, on the farm, and in the Arctic. And so these are like our magic painting books. If you've never seen our magic painting books, I'll show you in a minute. The magic painting books are one-time use. These Water Wonder books are reusable. So I don't know if you're familiar with the Melissa and Doug books where it's kind of like a flip book and your kiddos can paint with water. Sometimes the pages get a little crinkly with the little paintbrushes, but these are extra sturdy, thick board book pages. Once they're all painted, I kind of just fan them out and set the book on the ground just to dry. But as you paint with water, the magic colors are revealed through the pages. It has a little bit of a storyline, and then it also has like a little text bubble here to complete the story on each page. And so my son like devoured these. He had to paint all four of them one day when I was showing him as we got them brand new. So really, really fun, really durable, and your kiddos can paint as they read a story. Okay, let me put my water down. We have lots of fun storybooks. Oh, one more Lift the Flap book before I get into storybooks. This is the Lift the Flap questions and answers series. We have lots of these in the series, like dinosaurs, nature, space, science, body, general knowledge, and these are really fun as well. Each of these flaps have a question, and when you open it, it has the answer to that question. Each page covers a topic like who, what, where, how, and why. And so as you kind of discover the different questions and answers, you learn a little bit more about these different nonfiction topics. It's proven that the longer that children kind of stay on a subject, so lifting the flaps, opening and closing them, and also doing something while they're learning, they're more prone to really absorb and retain that information. So that's why these Lift the Flap books are so amazing. Usborne Books and More is so good at breaking up sometimes tricky topics, nonfiction topics, into little bite-sized chunks that are really easy for kiddos to understand and to digest. Another of our favorite books are the Shine a Light books. So these are also nonfiction books. There's all different topics like space and science, or not science, but space and farm, animal camouflage, on the seashore, at the garage. There's a really great dinosaur one as well. We love the human body one. And so each page has a hidden picture. Your kiddos get to use a flashlight, which makes it extra super fun and exciting for them. You read about that, and then it asks you a question. Can you see which animals are eating the hay? And as you shine a light behind the page, the hidden pictures are revealed. So there's 3 cows standing behind that hay. And then you go to the next page and you read a little bit more, and there's some piggies, a mama pig and her baby pigs. And the cool thing is when you flip the page, it has a little bit more information once you discover what was hiding behind the page. One of our favorite storybooks that we have are Beast, Feast, and Dragon Post. These are super fun. They have little letters throughout the story. This one happens to be about this monster who finds this boy whom he calls Dinner. He wants to have a beast feast at his home and eat dinner for dinner. He ends up writing all his little monster friends, and they reply back with their special requests of what they would like. Some of them ask for dinner to be more salty or more slimy or more dirty, and Beast, has his ideas of how to accomplish that. But instead, little boy has a better idea of how to accomplish that, like going swimming in the ocean. The illustrations in this book are so adorable. And in the end of the story, Beast and Dinner decide that they, want to be best friends, and Beast doesn't want to eat dinner for dinner anymore, so they end up coming up with a plan to still feed the monster friends and to stay best friends. We have lots and lots of activity books for all different ages, from toddler on up to older kiddos. I have just a small selection here to show you. Some of our favorites are the magic painting books. We have magic painting unicorns, narwhals and other sea creatures, dragons, and so on. These are kind of like a coloring book. There's lots and lots of pages of different coloring pages that you can paint with. It comes with a paintbrush. All you need is a tiny little water bottle cap full of water. These are great for plane flights, road trips, going to the doctor's office, for church, eating out at a restaurant just to keep your kiddos entertained, and it's very mess free. You can tear out a few sheets and take them with you, or you can take the whole book with you. That has this little protector thing here so it doesn't bleed down to the next page, and your little kiddo can start painting away with that water. And as they paint with water, the magic colors start to come through the pages and are revealed. We have lots of wipe clean books. These are dry erase books. They come with a dry erase marker. The pages are laminated. Each book has a different topic that you're learning. This one happens to be lowercase letters, but we have learning cursive, telling time, first math, pen control, ABCs, numbers, pretty much any subject that you want your child to get a little bit stronger at. They can practice with these wipe clean books, and they can do them over and over again because they can just erase the wipe clean stuff that they're writing in the books. We have these really fun Usborne maze books. This is the new Under the Sea maze book. We have a new dinosaur one as well. So they are just jam-packed full of all kinds of mazes for your little ones to do and explore. There are some answer keys in the back here, so your kids can go back and check and make sure that they did those mazes correctly. We have lots of drawing books from very little. This is the middle range drawing book, and we have some now for older children as well. This is a step-by-step drawing book. So this is all about drawing animals. It teaches them literally draw the circle and the next step till you draw that seahorse. And I love that each of these pages has like a little place for them to color. So you're not carrying around a big stack of paper with you and pencils. All you need is like a box of crayons in this book, and you're set and ready to go. And then lastly, some kind of storybooks and things that I have here. I really love the illustrated storybooks. This is a new illustrated Dragons. It's a hardcover with a ribbon bookmark, and it's full of stories about dragons. There's some pages that are full illustrations, and then some of the pages have like little tiny pictures on the side as well. My son's a huge dinosaur dragon lover, and he's really enjoyed listening to these stories for bedtime. Another of my top favorite bedtime storybooks is Fairy Tales for Little Children. This has more of your classic fairy tales like Princess and the Pea, Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, Jack and the Beanstalk. The illustrations in this book are super cute, super colorful, and it's just one of my favorites. I had bought in all of these fairy tales separately, and then they came out with a combined volume, and I love it. And then we have some chapter books. We have a new chapter book series called School of Monsters. These are suggested ages 5 and up. There are 5 books in this series. My son has been enjoying. We've read every single one so far. At the end of the book, there's a page, you can find it, with some different words that they've learned throughout the story. And then it also has like a how to use this book, like a parent help guide. And then in the back, there are step-by-step instructions on how to draw each monster from each book. In this book, it has a very simple storyline, and then it has some colored words. Those colored words are the words that your child is going to start trying to sound out and read on their own. Billy and the Mini Monsters, ages 6 and up. There are a lot in this series. I don't even know how many, probably like over 20. Each book is designed about a different, centered around a different mischief that these mini monsters get themselves into. Billy got this dresser from a consignment store, and he thinks he sees these monsters at night. Yes, he does. They turn out to be these little mini monsters. They're nice monsters, silly, goofy monsters. And they always get into trouble, and Billy's always got to go and bail them out. I love this book because it's kind of like a comic book feel, very colorful, very engaging, so it's really going to suck your kiddos in. Hotel Flamingo is another great chapter book series, ages 7 and up, but I started reading to my son like about 4.5 for bedtime stories. There are 4 books in this series. He loved them. There are so many colorful like pink and gray illustrations throughout this book. It's about this girl, Anna, who inherits an old rundown hotel from her great aunt. The hotel is on Animal Boulevard. All the employees are animals. All the guests are animals. Talks about, some of the obstacles that she faces as she's trying to fix up that hotel on a budget. Some of the rival hotels are trying to like not let her get popular. And then like just her trying to hire those employees and fix up the hotel. So it's a super cute story. Polly and Buster is my all-time favorite chapter book series that I've read so far. This is suggested 8 and up, but I read it to my son at about 2.5 for bedtime. I could not put it down. I read multiple chapters a night. There are 3 books in this series. I loved it. So whether you have an independent reader or you have a younger child that you want a fun bedtime story to read to, this would be a great series. These are this book is about this young witch Polly and her best friend Buster. Monsters and witches are not supposed to be best friends at the time. They're kind of in rivalry, but Polly and Buster have been friends since they were little, and they're not gonna deny that friendship. Kind of talks about Polly, and she's not so great at magic because she's such a young witch, and Buster, he's such a fun, unique, special type of monster, and just their cute friendship and the quest that she goes on to find out a little bit more about her dad who has passed away. And it's just a really sweet story that has some suspenseful bits, some happy bits that make you laugh, and then some parts where it makes you cry as well. We have lots of fact books. This is one of them for older. I think this one suggested 8 and up. This is 100 Things to Know About Planet Earth, but we have body, space, science, recycling, you know, all different topics. And so again, Usborne Books and More is just so good about kind of breaking up hard information into little bite-sized chunks with lots of eye-catching, colorful illustrations to really hold their attention. And then 2 last activity books that I had forgotten I stuck next to me. 200 paper planes to fold and fly. We have 100 airplanes to fold and fly as well, different types like dragons and spaceships. My son loves this. As you can tell, it's kind of like falling apart, but he loves that. Each of the covers have different instructions in them, so there are different pages, and on each page there is a little airplane. So this one's green, and so if you go into that cover and you find the instructions for folding that paper airplane, it'll teach you step by step. So it has the lines to fold and the instructions. If you're not a magic folding paper machine flying mama, then we have you covered because it has all the instructions for you in there. And so I'm not so good at that, so I need that, and my son really enjoys those. We're making paper airplanes all the time. 50 science things to do and make is the very last book I want to go over. This is a science book. If 50 is not enough for you, we have 365 science activities. This book's super fun. My son literally carried it around for weeks and weeks. They have fun projects that you can do, like making little rockets out of long animal balloons and straws on strings. You know, everything that you find in this book can be done through stuff that you have around the house, like a bottle or rubber band, tape, you know, a straw, different things like that. And so they're all kinds of little mini science experiments that are super easy. If you can't find things at home, they're easily found at like your local grocery store. So it's just a book full of fun activities for kiddos. So hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry, I can't help myself. I try to always grab such a small stack, but I love these books so much and I enjoy sharing about them. So sorry my video got a little bit long, but hopefully you guys have fun. I hope my goal is to help you find some fun books for your kiddos, some fun books that will bring you closer to your children as you read together. I've made a goal to read to my son ever since he was a baby, and we've done just that. So every night before bedtime or nap, we always pick a story or two to read together, and it's a time where we can kind of unplug from the world, put our phones down, our technology, and just spend some special time with our kids. And so that's my hope, is to help guide you towards the right books that they'll really enjoy and that you guys can enjoy together as you read together. So have fun, enjoy the party. Let me know if I can make up any personal suggestions for you, or if you see a book maybe that I showed or through some of the posts that you want a closer look at, please let me know and I can send you some videos of those. So shopping post will be at the end of the party. Sorry, I'm having a hard time talking. Shopping post is at the end of the party. There'll be a link that will take you from Facebook to the Usborne Books and More website to go shopping. So you're not going to shop directly through this party. It's just more so for information. But you're going to go shopping on that website. So let me know if you can't find that and I will give that link to you. But have fun, enjoy, and let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Bye guys.